Hello dear friends, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to discuss how to write copy that sells. And it's really important that you know that anyone can read good copy that sells. So as you can see, uh, there's a lot of books on the subject of copywriting. But the most important thing is like there's myths and there's also paradigms that people think. They think that if you are a good reader, and if you're a good speller, and if you went to the university, now that makes you a good copywriter. That's totally a lie. For example, I'm a Mexican. I was not born in this country. I'm a citizen of this country, but I never went to a public school in this country. So as you can see, anyone could be writing good copy that sells. So if you, for example, are an immigrant in this country or in any country that you live, and you think like just attending a higher education you're gonna be able to write better, let me prove you that you are wrong. Yes, most of the people that sells for a living could be a good copywriters. So that's why it's so important that you keep listening to me, because today you're going to learn something really important. My name is Frank Medina, and the owner and operator of Latin Marketers, which is a company that we do advertising for small companies and medium companies and small businesses. So today we're going to show you how you can improve your selling, and also how can you do it, because sometimes people they say I never went to school, I just went to high school, and then I don't even know how to spell, I don't even know how to say things, I don't even know this, blah blah blah. So the first thing you have to take off of your mind that you need to be a native speaker, or to go to the university, or English should be your first language. So you're gonna prove these three. That is wrong, because I'm not a native speaker. I never went to a university, and I'm an immigrant of this country. So I'm gonna show you how you can improve your uh, your selling, and also you're gonna sell stuff faster, and that's gonna increase your productivity, and your company is gonna help you, you know, to reach all those goals. So I'm gonna just to prove it. This is the last car that I sold for a profit. This car, once in a while, I start like buying and selling cars until something else caught my attention. Like right now, I do um, like information products. Like right now, I'm writing one for people who do real estate. So I'm just mainly focuses on the people that buy sales from Mexico, or no, from the States in Mexico, like in Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Los Cabos, and so on. So I do that product information for people who buy houses and those things. So people trying to sell it, so I help them to get the customers from the States. So right now, just to show you an example that you can sell, I have been selling cars within a week, maybe sometimes 3 days, sometimes 2 days, and I think that's it, because sometimes people take time or they thinking about it and so on. So I just gonna show you one ad that I did for one of my cars. I have to change my car. I used to have this car for a couple of years, and then I got a newer one. So just gonna show you, like, most of the people, when they don't want their car, they just sell it for anything, and the problem is sometimes even cheap cars they're not selling. So that's the biggest problem with let's say Craigslist. Let's go to Craigslist, for example, and I'm going to show you the mistakes they're making, and then how you improve, and how you, even if you don't have work, you can make a living just selling cars. So here the problem is like there's a lot of people trying to sell cars, and a lot of people, they just have cars for months and months, and they don't sell anything, even though the car is good. It's maybe a Japanese car. Hyundais, when they're like over 100,000 miles, they don't sell as good. Hyundais, when they're like over maybe 100,000 miles, they don't sell as good as a Civic or a Honda Accord. So as you can see here, like gonna show you like some of the things people do to sell stuff. I'm just gonna put like for example, dealers. Even dealers, they have problem selling cars, because this car that I bought it from a dealer that is having a hard time, and he gave me really good price. So the first things they do wrong is just put so many things that scare people. Guarantee, online financing, they use like this asterisk. They sometimes use emojis, and then you go, and then they try to sell with these all capitals, and then they're yelling at people. So you see, that's a thing you should not do. The pictures are really good. If you're gonna learn something here, is take pictures like they take, because they're pretty good at it. Just don't do this kind of stuff because you scare the people. So you see, those are pretty good. So that's really good, the pictures. The problem is like they're using capitals, trying to bring the attention, and they don't do it, because right now a lot of dealerships here in San Diego, they're having problems selling cars. Then the next mistake they put is they announce their business. That's rule number one. Never announce in the first lines the name of your business or who you are. So that's the rule on marketing and copywriting. Never do it, because that's gonna just scare people, and they're gonna go out to the next channel or the next car. The next one, they're just like wasting their time, is putting all these things. When you're gonna buy a car, the first thing you do is you take Honda CR-V 2013, and you go to Edmunds, and you go everything. So this here is not important at all. And then the first sentence is just like something that is irrelevant to the owner. The second of all, remember, there's an adage or a saying in business. They said that features, they never sell. So this is your features. 2013 doesn't mean. So you have to put the benefits. 2013, you have to put like 5 years old. A Honda, reliable Honda Japanese car. CR-V, the best SUV sold in the States. Blah blah blah. But you have to put always the benefit, never the features. That's why these newbie people, they never sell. Next one, they just sometimes copy and paste, and they're saying they're selling the service. You see, it says our smart looking one owner, ultra low miles, Joshua room, fully loaded, blah blah blah. So it's like the selling person just trying to sell the stuff, things that people don't even care about these things, because you can go to Edmunds, you can go to Kelly Blue Book, and so on. So you see, there's just that's why they don't sell. If you see, it's a disclaimer, disclaimer. You don't do it unless you are selling the car, because you don't have to disclaim anything if you haven't sold anything. So that's why it's so important. So never do this, guys. This is just cheap. I'm just gonna stop there. It's just cheap way to do advertisement. That's why they don't sell, and that's why dealers, they're having the worst time in history, because the internet, because it's been exposing all these bad people that roll back, the odometers. They're selling just garbage, and then people on social media are destroying them. So don't do that, please. So the other thing they do bad is like other people trying to sell their cars. They just put cheap car that takes you from A point to B point, and so on. Sometimes people, they say, I don't want this car, just put too much time and attention, and then just trying to sell the car, and then being there for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And right now it's just showing the first pages, but there's 3,000 pages. But if you see, we go back in the history of the post, and then sometimes telling you how many days they've been in the market. Sometimes it's 2 months, 1 month, and so on. So that's why it's so important. The other thing you have to keep in mind is the car has to be clean. Try to paint any blemishes or whatever. There's people that for $500 they paint your car, and a painted car you can make more money than if the car is just faded. So that's so important. And take good pictures, has to be clean, you have to show things. One of the things that I've seen that people make the mistake is just putting all the pictures and the defects of the car. Of course, it's 14 years old, maybe 10. So don't, and people, they just keep putting the bottom of the stove, the scratch, the cracked window. Just tell people to come and they make a decision. So don't make a decision for the people. That's so important. Don't never make a decision. Never think people don't have the money, because people have the money and they're gonna buy the car in any conditions if they like the car. So never put in your mind, oh, maybe it's the window is cracked, or it's a scratch, or maybe the bumper, or whatever. There's people that can buy a car in any conditions. That's why Copart is selling cars that are salvage. They're almost destroyed and people are buying them. So never be too scared that people are not going to buy the cars. And then now, let's read maybe one of these. You see, like for example, like the dumbest thing they put, selling this truck. Of course, if you're in Craigslist here, it's because you're selling the truck. So don't waste time and energy writing this kind of stuff. It's running good. Besides, I don't know how to get to get it to pass smog. The registration is not current. Registration is paid already, but needs to pass smog to be completed. There are 3 codes, blah 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 blah. Just the bad stuff about the car. So this person is not gonna sell his car. I can tell you why. Because he's focusing on the negative. Instead of putting all the bad stuff that is going on the car, they can say, the suspension is still good, the engine is good, there's just some things that you can take to your mechanic. If you're a mechanic, you can taste it by this car, the suspension, and if you don't have a lot of money for your company right now, this is a reliable vehicle. Things that you can overcome. So since the ad is so bad and description just focuses on the bad, yes, for some people doesn't even go. Some people, they don't even know, those are OBD codes. So just don't waste time and put those things. Let the people make the choice. Also, focus on what you have changed to the car, what is new, what did you add. Maybe this person changed the whole suspension and is not putting those things here. So things that are important for everyone, because any car in any condition can be sold over Craigslist or OfferUp, or maybe what's the other one? Marketplace in Facebook. So the thing I did to sell my car, I don't want to make this too complicated or too long. I like to teach people, and I have a YouTube and a Facebook groups that teach people how to do this. I'm starting to do it in English, but most of my stuff is in Spanish because that's my first language, as you can tell. So just think, the first thing I'm gonna show you, I sold this car and I have other stuff that I sold. Okay, so the first part I'm gonna show you here is the title, low miles Hyundai Sonata. Okay, so the people is something really important for people, low miles, and this car was just 150,000, 142,000, but it was a 2002, so it was less than 10,000 per year, so that's why it's low miles. So I just put low miles Hyundai Sonata, and then the body of the other thing that I did is put it in butter, because if you put stuff there, there's less competition. Let me prove it to you. So stop putting cars where everyone is putting cars. Just try to barter the car. They give you something better, but most of the people, my experience is they just want to pay you cash, like 80%. So you see 287 things that are listed here in comparison with 3,000 cars. So here other people do them business. So many people, I have this experience also that some people, they just listed on business. So it's a good place too, because people that are trying to buy something, it's less competition. So can you put it in butter? It's faster, less competition. The more competitive is a place, it's gonna be impossible for you to sell it. So business. So if this is a little bit more competition, but people here they're not looking for cars. But there's smart people selling cars too. I'm gonna show you. Here, sometimes people put like nice cars, fancy cars that somebody wants to buy. I've seen, you see, like cars like this one, you see. So here people maybe they're not even thinking about buying a car, but if they see a nice car and the price is right, that's why people post things in other places rather than just putting in cars. So this is so important. And also try to use OfferUp, try to use Google Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, so you can post it there. So that's the other thing I want to show you. So I sold the car like in 3 days. I put it the 23rd, and then they called me the same day, and then the next day, the 24th, I sold it. So that will be 2 days, not 3. So I was wrong. So the car was sold on the 24th. I sold it, and I bought it a newer car. So that's why. So it was so important this price because I bought the car for less money, and I was able to sell it for a little bit more, even though I put like a good amount of miles. So let's see what did it right, and I'm gonna tell you where did I get the ideas from. So instead of putting like everyone puts like stupid stuff, I just decided go to tell them this car is this is the car that proved that Hyundai could have a chance to get into the American car market. Smooth engine, smooth suspension, one of the best miles per gallon. These Korean engines are bulletproof. Going to Kelley Blue Book, or KBB, there's nothing but compliments about this car. From the reliability, for the comfortability, this car just hit this amount of miles, and I compare it to other cars, the engine, and you can see. And then the car was Carfaxed, so that's something that I do with my cars always. I never sell salvage cars or cars that they had problems. So this has been well maintained, driven for about 8,000 miles per year. The engine is 2.4, and I comparing, because 2.4 doesn't mean anything to anybody. You have to use like similar to a Camry or Accord. Okay, so the same engine, you can find it in a Camry or Accord. Not the same, maybe the same, horsepower and reliability. Also 32 miles per gallon in the freeway, 27 in the city. The engine is quiet. You see, just compliments and compliments and compliments. Then I put these parts that I just changed. You just put $1,000 parts on service, so you don't have to put the money. So you see, this is really important because people don't want to, waste their money. So that's why it's so important for let them know what did you change in the car. Like for example, I put here power, everything, tires in the back. They were 5,000 and 20,000. We just replace the next part. So this thing you can avoid it if you want to, because they can find anywhere this one unless it's important for them. So power, everything. Some people say we just replace the next parts, and then we start making a list of the things that we change in that card. So people, they can see that the car, even though has a lot of miles, it's over 100,000. We change the timing belt and things like that, so give them peace of mind. So I told them, so you can see the car is ready to last over 100,000, and if you maintain it, okay? So this is so important because you don't want to overpromise, because everything is if they maintain it. So Hyundai's become stronger than ever, and this car proves it. I keep talking about good things about these Hyundai Sonatas. They need a little bit more maintenance than other cars, but they're really good. So instead of just trying to, there's still like a car, it's been for 2 months, the same car, and about a little bit uglier, but it has less miles on Facebook Marketplace, and they haven't sold the car. So you see, I sold the car in 2 days. This guy came, gave me the $1,700, and then he took the car home. And he was so happy. And guess what he said? Your ad, it was the best ad of all Craigslist ads. We saw a lot of cars, and this was the only one that convinced us. And they came, give me my money in my hands. They weren't like, trying to get a discount or something or start complaining. They saw the condition of the car. I have the pictures. I had enough information for them to make a good decision. Even though I told them I Carfax the car, they asked me, can we get the VIN number? I sent it, and they say, okay. Can we go 24 even though it's the Christmas or whatever? And they say, you can come anytime. And they come in the morning, and I sold the car. And this is not just the first one. I've been selling cars here in the States. So far, like 8 to 10 cars, and all of them. So far, just the I think I haven't even lost any money in any car. The worst is just break even, like this Honda CR-V that I sold to a friend. I told them, this car had these problems because I didn't Carfax it. And just I say, if you give me the money that I buy it for, I just put like $800 or $1,000, and I just broke even with the price. But most of the cars, like 90% of the cars that I have and I have sold, I make money. Sometimes $800, sometimes $1,000, sometimes $1,500. So that's why it's so important for you to do it. How can you start writing like a pro? I was telling you, I never went to the university, nor here, or neither in Mexico. So I just learned to write because I buy a lot of these books. Let me tell you which ones are my favorites. You can buy them in any Barnes and Nobles. Okay, the Mr. Dan Kennedy is one of my heroes. So I have a lot of books from him. As you can see, I have this, the marketing plan, the No BS social media, and I just have a lot of books from Dan Kennedy. He's, in my opinion, he's the best teacher for copywriting. So after you start reading so many books, you start getting better and better and better. Also, I read the Must for people that sell things. Is Eugene Schwartz. Is one of the oldest copywriters in America, and it's a book that I suggest you also. Like I have a page on Instagram. I put all the books that I use there, and the ones you can use also for your business. So if you want to follow me, I'm gonna leave you my Instagram there, and also just before we finish, I'm just gonna show you where can you get the inspiration to start writing about your car. The thing you should do is, even if your car is giving you trouble in the past, don't get stuck in the problems. All cars, they have problems, so they just don't focus on just saying the bad stuff about your car. So let's see. KBB. Just go to Kelly Blue Book, and then here just click where is your car. 2002 Hyundai Sonata. So you see, you go there, go to the reviews, and also just go with the stars. Like here, talking about 4.5, so it's a pretty good car. And then once you tell the people I went through Kelly Blue Book and everything was good and things about these cars and blah blah blah. So just go to the reviews, and you can start reading them, and then everything that is positive about the car, you can just like go there and just learn. This is just to write the review. Sometimes it's a pain going through the Let's see Hyundai here, write the review again. You see here, read. Sorry, I was looking for other things. You see? And then you can also copy sentences, not the whole thing, because maybe it's not your experience. But also if you have a dealership and want to sell better, just try to copy. Maybe it's not your car, but you can copy what people say about the car. You see, he says this car has been the best car ever. So the engine, this is terrific, and they have all little good compliments about the car. So just go here, and every review just copy 1 or 2 sentences about the car and what people are saying, and make it sound like you are saying it. So instead of just putting all that blah 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 that most of the car dealers do, that's why the businesses they're going down, because they don't know how to use social media, they don't know how to sell written. They just want people that sell good stuff. I was watching Gary Vee. He was telling some car dealers that they're just wasting time the whole day in the dealership, just checking their Facebook instead of maybe writing nice stuff on Craigslist and then bringing customers to the car dealership. So just go through the whole reviews, and then you start putting the good things that you talk about the cars. They're comfortable. They're maybe the engine is today still terrific. Have some dings, whatever. It feels like putting $500 or blah blah blah. So all these sentences that are really important for the person that owns the car, those are the ones that are going to sell the car. So I've been buying and selling cars. I use the system and I never lose any money. Most of these cars, they are sold between $1,000 and $1,200. So I make $500 more, which is almost a 30% more money than other people. Before that, I sold a Honda CR-V. The model was 2002. Most of the models, they were between 2,500 and 3,500. Really, really good ones. By the way, I wrote my ad, all the things that I'm showing you here, how to do it, I was able to sell. I sold the car for $4,800. So as you can see, copywriting, to know how to write is essential. But remember, you can learn. You can go to Kelly Blue Book and maybe learn how to people express themselves, use those sentences, and you're gonna be selling the car faster. But remember, the title has to be really strong. Like this one, the title says this car has been the best car ever. So you can use the same one. Best car ever, Honda Sonata 2002. Those things will attract people. And also in the body of the sales letter, you're going to tell the people everything about your car. Remember, features don't sell. Just tell them the benefits. If it's a 2.4 engine, tell them why it's better than 1.6 and make comparisons. Like for example, a car that I saw, I put this car, I think it was like a Camry, and I said, you will beat any, with this engine and horsepower, you will be able to beat any Honda Civics, Toyota Corollas, or Priuses. So that was really important, because when you hear that a Corolla has the 1.8 and the Camry has the 2.4, there's a difference in horsepower. So all those things are important for some people. Tell them they're going to have more power, more reliability. They're going to be almost as good. The 2.4 liter is almost as good as a V6 that maybe it's 2.7, 2.8, or maybe 3.0. It depends. So those things are important for people. Also let them know what is the meaning of everything you are talking about. And then if you do it and then you go a good call action, it's gonna be really important. Just try to avoid to say those words like the car is like this is missing, the pros and the cons. Just don't talk about cons. Just talk about positive stuff about your car. And if the car has something that is really important or they have to spend money, tell them at the beginning, this is a really good car, but okay, has this thing, but I think if you be able to do it, That's gonna solve a lot of problems. Also, I was thinking about a lot of people, they say they're trying to lie a lot. So don't lie in your ad. If the car needs something, a major reparation, just tell the people, that's why it's a good price. Don't tell them stupid stuff like it's just like the head gasket, some people they say. Just issues with the timing belt. It's just like to change the, I don't know, something that they make sound so simple, but it's gonna take like $1,500, $2,000. So don't lie to people. Be truthful and tell them what is the car and what it's good about. And also, if they know it's old, of course, they have to know that it's 15 years old and they're gonna be able to have to put some money here and there, but not a lot. So this is my recommendation for today. I hope you can sell more cars than ever. Just skip or follow the recommendations and you're gonna enjoy to sell more cars and you're gonna be able to make a living and provide for your family and for your loved ones. So my name is Frank Medina from San Diego, Latin Marketers. See you in the next video.